Thank you for Patreon now for donating to the Patreon. Guys, I'm back on Pokemon Brilliant and Diamond Division. Rejoined to Icons, Guidance, Small Star, probably. In the last one, we did some of the fight era, we kind of figured out what it's like, and then we proceeded to go kind of still tours of the past as we made our way to Stark Mountain to do the Berry story. So, yeah. So, this is kind of important if we want to do the one thing I was supposed to do for this video, because the day this video was supposed to go up was the day I was supposed to do something else with Berry, but because you have to do this event first, apparently. I hate how how their post-game works with Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl, where a bunch of events are locked behind another. Like, I get that's how story and post-games work, but I feel like this wasn't that important, but whatever, let's go ahead and just do this, and I try to figure out a topic to rant about, because I honestly got to rant about most of everything I want to do in the last one. Oh, if it isn't Ezel, it's been a while. You've grown so tough that you're training out here now. Everyone keeps getting tougher and tougher. And in doing that, they develop closer bonds with their Pokemon. For someone born overseas, this tough dude doesn't have an accent or anything. Ezel, there's a volcano ahead of us called Stark Mountain. That blowhard buck guy is on his way there as well. I'm gonna find the volcano's treasure before that guy does. If I could do that, a 21 win streak at the Battle Tower would be possible. Why specifically 21? Is there something that happens if you get to 21 win streak? You're serious? You're going to Stark Mountain? Even the wild Pokemon there are very, very tough. If your Pokemon aren't well trained, they'll have a miserable time. Then again, that kind of challenge is an exciting prospect. But no matter what, you'd be better to be fully prepared. I've gotten to ready for another tournament. Farewell. Oh, there's a tournament happening? That might be interesting for later. But yeah, so, all I did last time was pretty much, like, discuss what ended up happening. Oh, it's a good thing there's a rest house right here. But all I did was end up discussing, like, what happened in the last, or not what happened in the last episode, but basically what happened earlier today, because I'm recording this right after the last one, by the way. So, there's that. So now I'm kind of, like, trying to figure out what do I want to, like, talk about, because, I mean, the thing I can talk about is this is a new story for me, but also at the same time, I just have nothing to, like, to discuss. I mean, okay, well, never mind. Yo, if it isn't Ezel, dude, your hair makes me feel like you should just have a fucking Wukong as your ace. Don't tell me you're going to Stark Mountain too. You're pretty wimpy. You're sure you're going to be okay? Heh, why am I asking you that? It's not like I care. Anyways, if we run into each other on Stark Mountain, the race is on to see who gets the Magma Stone first. Yeah, so I'm not going to say much about it, but I am going to say that Magma Stone is part of the reason why I can't really do the post-game in the first place. You can thank Berry for that, so yeah, I don't really know how to get there. I'm just going to kind of run through and pray. So, I mean, this is a fun area and all, getting to, do all this exploration, but it is kind of like, can the game just end, though? Like, I have to go through this whole thing to get, like, one, like, for other post-games that I've seen, yeah, there are post-game stories, but if you do them, the most you get, if you get a reward, is something trivial that you can say, oh, I had this, but it's, like, worth your time, for a trivial reward such as that. This, on the other hand, actually locks off another thing that is kind of important, maybe important, I don't know, but, like, something I, like, want to do. Because you have I have to beat Berry one more time. And to beat him one more time, I have to fucking do this game. But, like, that aside, I've kind of just, like, well, I'm trying to think of, like, a topic now. I guess I can say that, like, since the last episode, what I said there, that it confirms that I've reached the post-game now in Pearl. The only thing I've done so far is just make it to Sand Gem City, and that's it. But, yeah. So, I'm kind of, like, rethinking my decision on if I want the Pearl team to be the one that takes on the Elite Four re-challenge or not, because the reason why I wanted to do that originally was I wanted to show more of that team. Except, again, after realizing that my team fucking has barely had a way of beating the Elite Four the first time around, and the champion, I don't want to take that chance again. Like, honestly, I want to do it again with this team because I probably have a lot fucking a better chance because I at least have counters to her. I mean, except for the Garchomp. But in the end, like, the only reason I beat the Garchomp in that team was literally, an instinctive decision to keep Ice Shard and me getting extremely lucky that she chose to Swords Dance first. Like, quite literally, if she had enough power to end Togekiss in a Poison Jab without using Swords Dance, I'm not saying it did, I'm not saying it didn't. Because I know my Togekiss HP was in the high 190s. So, it's maybe she really needed to use that Swords Dance to kill me, or maybe she didn't. But if she didn't, and that Swords Dance, then fuck. If she didn't, then that Swords Dance is the reason I won. Because if she didn't need the Swords Dance to kill Togekiss in one hit, then she could have Poison Jab. I wouldn't have gotten off Dazzling Gleam, and with the amount of revives and potions I had left, there's no way in hell I would have been able to outlast her. Because I had literally nothing left in terms, like, not literally nothing. I had one max revive, no, one, like, 0 to 2 revives left, and then, like, 9 full restores, but considering she would one-shot everything else on my team, which, by the way, I trained Togekiss specifically to take physical hits from her, and that failed immediately. So I want to let this be clear now that if Togekiss wasn't going to take something, no one else was going to take something. I want to let this be clear. I knew I was walking into this dead. So, you know, I was kind of, like, accepting defeat right then and there. So, like, if Togekiss went down, I was dead. So, if she didn't need to do that Swords Dance, then she straight up gave me the win on a silver platter, because that's the only reason I would have won otherwise. But then oh, this is Stark Mountain, huh? But then, like, my other issue arrives that I feel like I didn't earn it, because, you know, it feels like she just, like, because I don't know now for sure if the Poison Jab is the only reason I won, or if she would have, you know, won without using the Poison Jab, though I can't really, like, say anything about it, because I don't fucking know. So, like, sadly, that's just how it seems, but whatever. God damn it. But however it works out in the end, that's just how it goes. So, I'm kind of wondering, do I just run through this with my team I use in the playthrough? Because these guys, they're more on, like, currently even levels with Cynthia's team. Like, that team, for the record, Abomasnow was under-leveled, by the way. Like, Abomasnow was not even in the 60s. I want to say, like, lower 50s, and same with Lucario. Everyone else was kind of in the 60s. Like, two of them were 59 and 58, respectively, and then Togekiss, I know, was, like, 64, and so was Rapidash, so those two were fine. Everyone else was kind of under-leveled in comparison. But, okay. But then the issue that I ran in, like, I don't know, I just kind of want to be, like, I wanted to use that team to show it off more, because I didn't get to show it off at all so far in the part of the Pearl video I did film. But my other issue is that I don't want to use that team, because I'm going to lose. Like, I might be able to beat the gym leader, sure, but the trainers? That's a whole other story. So, it's a whole weird thing that I don't really know if I want to get into this or not. And it worries me. Like, do I have the capabilities to beat Cynthia now? Because, again, technically I have beaten her more times than she's beaten me. Because now it's, and if we're counting full matches, then I've beaten her more times she's beaten me. Because I lost to her twice, and this was the first time I beat her before she beat me, so I beat her 3 times. But then again, I also say she won, not because of, you know, the moral standings of it feels like she won the war, because she made me use up literally all of my items this time to survive her, and I barely even won in that case. But the other issue being the fact that I end up quitting the first attempt because I end up fucking up, and, you know, her Spirit Tomb one-shot my Gardevoir, so I ended up quitting the first attempt, and then I redid it with the Togekiss, and that's what ended up being the attempt that won. So if we're counting full attempts, I've beat her more times. But if we're counting in general, we're still dead even, and by default, she won the war. And I fucked up the puzzle. Didn't I? Yep. Okay, I gotta redo that shit again, great. So again, I'm in that scenario where I don't know really if I want to use that team. Maybe I could do, like, the, like, regular trainers against that team, but again, I'm like, why would I do that, though? What general reason do I have to do that to myself? Because, I mean, you know, granted, I'm gonna end up using this team anyways against the regular gym leaders, but to do it against the Elite Four again, like, it was hell the first time. I mean, granted, the first time with Diamond wasn't that bad, but now I'm, like, paranoid that what if they're that annoying to my Diamond team this time? Then I'm actually fucked, because then I can't win. But even if it's not the case, I know her Garchomp skyrockets in levels. And let me check my team levels right now. If I'm right about where her levels go up to, I'm not ready for this. With the levels I have right now, if I'm right about the level her Garchomp jumps to, for the second attempt, I am actively not ready to fight Cynthia. It would be an impossibility. It would be a dream It would be an illusion of fate. It would just be me lying to myself that I'd be capable of beating her. Because even if I could get past the rest of her Hell-based team, I still can't be past her Garchomp. Because her Garchomp would definitely outspeed me. And she would definitely fucking, like, kill me. Like, okay, let's check my speed stat right now. I'm just gonna check Wukong, because I know Wukong's the fastest. Actually, no, he's not. He has 2-4. Okay, I don't know how Staraptor was just moving faster in Wukong in the double battles then, but... So... That's the thing, though. You saw that. Our highest speed is 204. And Cynthia's speed, just fighting her when she's the normal champion, before you rematch her, is 220-something. My highest speed rate isn't even close to her. And I can't, like, raise it via the other, like the special, the special proteins and stuff like that. I mean, granted, I could possibly, you know, use the training app that we have on the, you know, this thing, which I keep forgetting I have, but the issue is, though, that's not even a guarantee it'll work, right? Like, I could still very much lose to, her fucking Garchomp, and it's become, like, an impossibility. Like, my only chance now is just priority moves, because she can't stop me from winning with priority moves, right? So, that would honestly be my best bet, and even then, that bet is like a 50-50, and honestly, a 50-50, that's not good. So, like, I'm in that situation where I'm honestly fucked regardless of what I do. I almost moved the rock out the wrong way. I don't know, really. Cynthia's kind of, like, on my verge right now. Darn it! What was that all about? Oh, hey, Ezel, that butt guy wiped the floor with us. Oh, man, there are always tough trainers around everywhere. But you know what? Losing means I have room to become even stronger. That's why there's the battle tower in the battle zone. Yeah, you're right, dude. Not even, though. I'm just, like, so upset right now, Cynthia. Okay, how much for... Hello? That's an interesting looking train sprite. Hey, Ezel, right. Your buddy challenged me to a battle earlier. Yeah, I owned that little dude. Made sure he was taught a lesson. But I don't know if I could beat him again next time. Seriously, you're bound to run into skilled trainers whenever you go. Anyway, I found about this place, but the Pokemon here are tough. What do you say we team up and go together? Oh yeah. Cool, I like how he insulted us before saying like we wouldn't make it, but then he says like, oh, we'll be fine. You won't regret teaming up with me. I'll keep your Pokemon healthy. Yeah, sure. But can I not talk to him? Okay, there we go. Volcano, acting up, etc. Well, yeah, it's just a whole thing right now, and I don't really know anymore. I'm kind of, like, lost a lot of... By the way, I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I've never seen this before, and I've never reached this point in the game before, so I'm kind of just, like, running around as I please. But, that's what the sprite in battle looks like. But, yeah, it's... I don't know, really, what I want to do. I guess probably just to keep my promise, I'll end up doing at least the main trainers from the... Or, like, the gym leaders with the guy, with my Pearl team, but then, like, this game I'll end up doing with my, the Elite Four and the Champion I'll end up doing with this team. Because, honestly, it's, like... It's just not a possibility with that. Like, I got lucky last time. I'm not getting lucky again. Especially, like, when she raises her levels, I know for damn sure Togekiss won't be able to outspeed it, nor take a Poison Jab normally. I really do not believe it, so I'm just gonna have to get, like, extremely lucky in the future. So, I don't know now if Cynthia will end up being the eternal victor on the channel. So far, we've dead drawn, in my opinion. But, like, still, it's a whole thing, and I don't know anymore what should happen. So, my throat hurts from just talking so much. But, I guess now I can, like, talk about the post-game. Like, I don't know what happens in particular. I assume there's a very specific legendary at the top of this mountain. Actually, no, I know there's a certain legendary at the top of this mountain. Or somewhere in this mountain. But then that also reminds me, and I'm immediately going away from the post-game story, the legendary episode. So far, the legendary episode is taking 30 minutes, with just the parts I've recorded now, which was not supposed to be the case. And there is still, I'm gonna spoil them, the Reggies, and I think there's a total of 5 of them, or technically it's a total of 4, but so the Reggies, well, and also Regigigas, never mind, total of 5 of them, regardless of how you look at it, if you can catch all 3 of them in the same game. And then we have, what's it called? We have, We have the one I'm gonna keep secret. We have Lunalia. So that's a total of what, 6 now? No, 7. Then we have the one in this mountain, so that makes 8. And I think we have, and I'm just gonna use the term catching, I guess I mean the term battling. And then I think we have like 2 more, and then we have at least 1 more in Giratina, because we can't catch Giratina in this game. So I'm gonna say like 9 to 10. So I have about 9 to 10 more fucking things to catch. And all of them are like 50-50 if I'm gonna catch them or not. So, because I'm also not gonna use them after this game ends. Like the legendary episode is meant to be the final episode, like the end-all, be-all episode, and it's like not planning to go any more after that. So, like any Pokemon I encounter, I have every reason to just want to kill it and not have to keep it alive and catch it, because frankly I don't need to. But, yeah, it's just a whole thing. I really should have bought Max Repels. So, I'm just running through that, like, all the scenarios in my mind with, like, how the Legendary is gonna go. Is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be hell? I have no idea which direction to go. So there's a smart way to do this and a dumb way to do this, where I could either go back and fight all those dual trainers, or for the sake of time and completing the story, because I know Buck will leave our side once we complete the story, I can just, you know, go and fight other things. I don't fucking know anymore. I'm just, like, kind of depressed a little bit after this morning's events, you know? Everything going horribly wrong within 5 minutes. It's a whole thing. So, I wish, like, something amazing would happen in this game, like, something really cool, like, I don't know, I randomly find out about that Mega Evolution does exist in this game, but I doubt it does. If it does, I'll laugh my ass off. I swear to... Okay. Both those can Mega Evolve, or at least I know one of them can. If Kangaskhan randomly Mega Evolves here, I will cry, because that means there's a way to get the Infernape Bite. But I know that's not going to happen, but that's at least worth giving myself hope for. But, no, yeah, Claydol's gonna... It's weird, though. I didn't pin this guy for a Claydol user. He has to have a Fire-type Pokemon, right? Like, you can't just give this guy a design that is, like, clearly targeted towards red and yellow, and not give him a Fire-type and/or a Fighting-type, or both. Like, quite literally, the way this guy looks, he looks like he should either have an Infernape on his team because his colors match it, or he should at the very least have a, what's that Pokemon called? A Blaziken, because Blaziken exists in this game. So, or presumably it does, because I saw the other 2 starters from Hoenn, so I assume Blaziken's in it too. But that's what they should have done. Like, this guy should genuinely have on team. Now, if we run through his team and just constantly kills Pokemon, I'm pretty sure eventually we'll run into one of the 2. I'm not so sure, because I honestly don't know what's on his team or not. But hopefully we would run into that eventually. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, again, I just don't know what to talk about. I'm, like, lost in my thoughts, because I've been up for, like, so long, and granted I took a 2-hour nap when I was, like, done beating past Cynthia. But I genuinely don't know. I mean, I guess I could say, like, something else, but I tend to keep those 2 parts of my channel separate, so I don't really want to talk about it on this, like... I mean, because it's on the same channel, it's just... Oh. This fucker raves about being a good trainer, and yet he only has this Claydol. How the fuck did Barry lose to this guy? Seriously, Barry. The hell? But, like... I don't know, I don't want to say it, because, like, even though the channel, like, they're on the same channel, it's on, like, the 2 separate parts, because there's the TCG half of the channel, and then there's the Pokemon half of the channel, or, like, I guess the random bullshit half of the channel, where I talk about other things that aren't my TCGs. So, I don't really know what to say. I guess I could say, what's the thing I can say? I guess, like, talk about leaks, possibly, from, like, what the new games of Scarlet and Violet. I guess, spoiler alert now, mute the game, or mute the video if you don't want to hear the leaks. This might not even be official, because I'm only going to talk about the one I think I know about, and it's the fact that we saw a glimpse of Fuecoco's evolution, and it looks interesting. So that's its 2nd stage that we saw, I'm pretty sure. And that's, like, I expected first off to be its 3rd stage, and I was like, if that's its 3rd stage, I'm really disappointed, because I expected more from it. But thankfully that's not the case, it's just a 2nd stage. But I am questioning now, what is 3rd stage going to look like? Because the 2nd stage, in my opinion, just looks like a bigger version of its first stage. So it kind of looks like they didn't really try with it. So it's really weird. I don't know about it for sure, but hey, it's okay enough for me. Hopefully these guys don't take too long, because I honestly don't know the direction I'm supposed to be going in. I'm hoping what if I randomly stumble across Legendary? I don't think I can until we deal with the Magma Stone thing, but what if we just randomly walked across Legendary? I'd be, like, laughing my ass off right now. So Dodrio and Tyra, I like how this whole place is basically, let's just throw in every Gen 1 Pokemon we can find. I mean, not all of these are Gen 1 Pokemon, but I've seen a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon come down from here, so let's just continue to hit everything with Flamethrower, because that's the only move we know how to use. Okay, thank God for fake outing the Claydol. Thank you, good sir. Flamethrower. So, yeah, I fuck. I kind of want to go silent now, but I also just want to, like, not go silent, because it wouldn't make sense to go silent randomly. I guess I can talk about the change of plans for the uploads now. So, like, you know, the good old, what's it called? So, like, you know, we do what I said before, where next episode we are most likely battling Barry, and then after that we do the, Elite, not the Elite Four, or, like, at least the regular gym leaders, and then maybe the Elite Four against on Wednesday, or like next Wednesday, and then we do Champion Cynthia afterwards, and then after that we have the Pearl video, and then we have the Legendary video, and this will all go up the week after Scarlet Violet come out, because next week is when Scarlet Violet comes out, and that would be the week that we do Cynthia. So it's interesting how this ends like the week after Scarlet Violet comes out. Again, I'm questioning, like, do I want to play it or not? Because the thing is, it also drops the day after another game I want. Except the thing is, Scarlet Violet drops for cheaper. It drops for $10 less than the game I want. And to be honest, the game I want doesn't look that exciting. I think it was more just, like, hype that it finally came to English and not just been Japan restricted, that I wanted it. And now that, like, I've seen gameplay of it, from the demo, I'm kind of like, it's not that good. It's more like, I guess it was the exclusivity of it, you know, where if you see something, you think like, oh my god, it's so cool, I want it, but then you can't have it, and that makes you want it more. But then when you actually play it, you're kind of like, this isn't that fun. It's really just like a waste of $70. For those of you that watch the other videos on my channel, you know what I'm talking about. I just don't want to say its name, but yeah, in my mind, it's kind of like that game. As much as I've been like waiting for so long now to have a Japanese game like that I've wanted released in English, because that's the case for a lot of games I like. And I was so tempted to buy a Japanese 3DS too, just to have access to the other games. Now that we finally, like, after, I want to say at least 10 years of one of the games I've been wanting to, like, come to English, I'm now thinking it's not worth it. Like, because the game is a game I can play physically in real life, and, you know, I've also seen, like, the game lag stuff, and I know it won't lag my Switch, but at the same time, I know Switches can only handle so much, because for example, my Rapidash that's on my team for my Pearl playthrough, it has a certain ball throw where it actually will lag out my Switch. Because that happened so much last night when I threw it out, because it's like such a big flash. So, you know, I'm worried that that game will end up lagging my Switch. And not to mention the fact, like, again, it's a game I can play physically. Like, the only thing I could say different about it is now I can, you know, what would be the word? I guess play with people, like, I guess play with a story mode, which I can't do normally. So, oh, really? You can't use lock crime when you're traveling with someone? I never knew that. Well, okay, then. But, yeah, so, you know, I can't really, like, I don't know. It's a thing. It's a whole thing where I'm, like, I'm not, like, super hyped for it anymore. The only thing I can do it with is play it through a, play it on a story mode, and that's it. But, like, even then, that feels like it's not worth it, is the thing. And you're forced to play against AI players, which I have nothing against AI players, but at the same time, I'm like, why AI players, though? Feels kind of, like, boring having to always play the AI. So, I'm kind of, like, 50-50 on this, really. I don't want to buy the game for $70 because that's what it is, American, and I could change my, you know, source of location with like NordVPN and stuff like that to make sure I can get it for a cheaper price. But then my other issue is like, I don't know, I feel like that's cheating, you know, or like I feel like that's kind of just cheap. Like they charged it $70 for a reason, and it's just, you know, a whole other thing. But then my other issue is like, in my opinion, this is the, I guess, quote-unquote, shittiest level of quality they can go with it, because to my knowledge, they don't have voice-acted lines, or, like, they have, to my knowledge, they don't have cutscenes, except for maybe the opening, and that's it. And then, the other part, to my knowledge, is they don't have, like, actual voice-acted lines, like, there won't be, like, a script on screen. Like, for example, let's say, something was reading out what I, like, put now. Like, say, for example, someone said, Wukong used close combat. It doesn't have that. It would most likely do like a noise from that character, and that's it. Which is so not worth it for $70, because a game I'm thinking about Let's Play next, because I already have it, only costs $30, but not only does it have cutscenes, it has voice-acted lines for story. Like, quite literally, every line in the story is voice-acted. And even some lines outside of the story are voice-acted. Like, even the side story is voice-acted. Like, the side stories that you are not required to do at all are voice-acted. And even, like, the most random of characters are voice-act, or, like, they don't have, like, real line voice acting, but they have, like, lines during battle to voice act. And, like, some of them are really funny. Like, there's a backwards-speaking girl, and she actually speaks backwards. And that game only charges $30 to play. The game I'm talking about, though, is charging $70 to play, and to my knowledge, it doesn't have that shit. Like, if you want me to pay $70 for a game that has been mainly exclusive to Japan for about 10 years now, then that's fine, but make it worth $70. Because if I'm, like, getting more from a game that costs $30 and my only hate with it is it feels like it takes a while to do anything, what makes you think I'm gonna pay $70 for a game that also may feel like it takes a while to do anything? Genuinely. Like, that is a genuine question. What, like, on what grounds do they think I'm gonna pay $70 for that? That is way too expensive for, like, US pricing. Especially when it literally comes out the same week, and I'm pretty sure it comes out the day before Scarlet and Violet comes out. So, like, this, in my opinion, and I know other people agree with this too, is one of the stupidest marketing decisions that we have ever seen them do, and it's a question of, why did they do this? Like, God's good name, why? They had time to figure out its date, like, why push it so quickly? Especially because they have a lot more things to show to us that involve the game that are kind of important, in my opinion, that, you know, they should probably show us before the game airs, and the game is literally coming out next week. So, I don't know, I feel like they've done a shit job at, like, or not shit job at, like, marketing it, but, I mean, well, yeah, no, they've done a shit job at marketing this, I'm not even gonna hype that fact, but I don't know, I feel like it's not worth it. Like, this game is, in my opinion, overpriced swivel, that the only reason I would buy this, and the only reason I know other people would buy it too, is because it's finally a version of this game that is released in English, and that is straight up it. Like, I'm not even joking with you. That's all it is. It's nothing more, nothing less. It's just how it goes. I have no idea how long this is supposed to go. I'm running into a time limit here, so, I mean, preferably, I like to have my videos less than 30 minutes, but I know it's not going to be the case. I'm also, like, staring at the person doing, like, the backyard right now, because they're currently doing this while I'm filming, and I'm kind of, like, worried that they're going to come over here and start, like, you know, mowing the lawn, and that's going to cause a really loud noise, which means I have to wait longer for this. I mean, granted, right now, like, I have the day off because it's election day, and that day is a day off in Hawaii, but, you know, I don't want to spend the whole day having to record, because I also have to edit something, and I need as much time on that as physically possible. Oh god, they're coming over here. I have to, like, talk really loud to... Wow, oh, wow, I did not realize the game audio combined with my voice is loud enough to where, unless they get right up on my house, I actually can't hear them. But, give me a second to clear my throat. Either way, like, I just don't know what to talk about. I mean, like, I like how this, like, we run into this episode almost so often, where I'll just say, I don't know what to talk about, I don't know what to talk about, I don't know what to talk about. Like, this is how I go. I don't know why this is my process, it just is. But, either way, this Let's Play is coming to a near close. I don't know for sure if I want to, so, like, you know, I don't know for sure if I want to, like, go right into Scarlet and Violet, because, again, I'm not even sure if I'm going to purchase the game or not, because for being $60, and then I have, like, the other game, which, again, I'm, like, really kind of trying to find any logical excuse not to purchase it, because I kind of, like, I didn't necessarily make a promise to anyone, but I did make a small promise to myself that the second it would come out, I would buy it on the Switch, so I could, you know, upload it to my channel and start showing it right away. But the issue is, you know, I kind of can't, or like I can, but I don't want to, because again, $70, that's a lot of money I'm investing into a game that I know I'm only going to play on the channel once, and that's it. It's never going to be more than that. And it's, or like maybe once after a few years of me being like, oh yeah, you know, I want to play this game again. But like, again, it's, especially because I hate the way that game looks. Like, I hate every single character in there in terms of looks. They all look ugly as hell to me. So, like, I know for damn sure I want to be able to sit straight in that, like, looking at that game and being able to be like, oh, this game is beautiful. Nah, like, the quality is good. The image quality, I'll say, is good. But I hate, with a burning passion, how every fucking character in that game looks. And I, straight up, could not, like, sit through that shit for, like, weeks on end just doing a Let's Play of it. And I will probably gather more hate than I would gather positive responses by straight up hating on the game that everyone's been waiting for. So, you know, I don't know for sure how I'm going to go about this. Like, I have that other game I was talking about that only costs $30, and I could play it. The issue is, again, it takes so long, it feels like it takes so long to do one thing. I know it does because I've put, like, at least 8 hours into it, and I'm only halfway done at most, or maybe a little bit past halfway done. And normally when I put 8 hours into something, that's, like, unless I'm really trying to, like, perfect everything, which, by the way, I'm not, I tend to, you know, have everything done, mostly. And that's, like, the case here, where I'm not really trying to perfect everything. It's just happening on its own. And that's kind of annoying, you know, that you have to sit through these and, like, do it. And, like, that's my worst fear, too, is that if I do that as a Let's Play, my episodes are going to be 40 minutes long. And it's not like these will be, you know, like, 20, 40-minute episodes. These would be, like, why did I get, oh, goddammit, there's a second one near my house. Okay, well, it's not like it'd be, like, 20, 40-minute episodes. It would be, near, okay, can the fucking thing not, like, come near my house, please? I can literally hear it in the background. But it's not like it'd be, like, 20 near 40-minute episodes. It would be, like, nearly 60, probably, just to finish the main game. To get those 40, like, and those would be so incredibly long. I like how, they immediately came over here the second I started saying, oh, yes, I don't want them to be loud as hell. God damn it, seriously. Why am I encountering so many Pokemon today? I like how I'm also probably wasting my time talking about this, because I probably, like, went the wrong way. I wanted to end this episode, but my issue is that, like, you know, I don't want to, like, sit through this the whole time. So, here's what I'm gonna do. If this is gonna be a fucked up puzzle, isn't it? Oh, I made it through, yeah, let's go. Okay. There we go, right at the end. There we go, there's the exit. My instincts tell me that the volcano's treasure is just ahead of us. You might be the toughest trainer there is, besides me. See you around, Ezel. Cool, thanks, dude. Well, let's go right in as the noise gets ambiguously louder. Okay, what's up here? Shit. Hey, check this out, Ezel. This is the Magma Stone, the treasure of the Stark Mountain. Since I found it, that makes me the greatest trainer out of everyone. Thanks, you all helped a lot. Ooh. Oh, shit. Whoa, hey, that was wicked. The volcano's in shock from that. It might be so shocked it'll erupt. Nah, that can't happen. See ya, Ezel. Say hi to that zippy trainer, buddy. Can they stop doing that near my house, please? Well, fuck. So, what next? Because I don't really know what to do. I'm gonna just use the escape rope, and if Barry happens to be outside, that'd be great. If he's not, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed. So, I don't see Barry. I don't feel like going back in there. So, for now, I'm going to end this one here. I hope you guys enjoyed. In the next one, we will... I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna have to get the Magma Stone back. So, in the next one, we will retrieve the Magma Stone and continue this stupid, foolhardy story that is ever so prolonging this Let's Play longer than it should. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't like, subscribe, join Discord, follow Twitch, and I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget to check us out.